I have some spring cleaning to do today. Though our kitchen is done as far as the actual renovation goes, this little corner is in desperate need of a little attention. The shelves have felt a little bare and lifeless since I stripped the Christmas greenery, and the last of the red plates look just a little out of place without the gold bells and red berries that kept them company all December and January. A full scrub down is definitely in order. I have some leftover paint from the living room makeover we just did, so I'm going to spruce them up with a fresh coat of paint, give them a little tan paint to hopefully make them stand out a little bit against the beadboard walls. I feel like this windowsill gets a little bit cluttered, so I'm going to strip down what's currently there and just make it a little bit more simple. I put some curtains up about a year ago, I think. I made some tie top curtains, and I couldn't find the right curtain rod for this huge window. Well, I finally found a large brass curtain rod and clips. I will leave them linked down below. But I'm going to hang that up to replace this cheap, kind of ugly tension rod that I had in its place. Just been waiting forever to find the right rod to take its place and clip on some linen curtains. I love layers of greenery, candles, pine cones, and berries for the winter months, but I'm just as happy to strip them away and scrub everything down and make everything light and airy for springtime. This arrangement's a little cleaner for spring, don't you think? I'm also leaving plenty of room in these empty pitchers for fresh blooms in the coming months. I have a goal of storing more dried goods on these shelves. I really like decorating them for the seasons, but for the coming months, I just want to make them more useful, and I think it'll also make them a bit more beautiful. So I'm gonna add some dried goods to jars and some spices that I use a lot in larger jars. This isn't the first time I've spent all afternoon deep cleaning this corner of the kitchen, and it definitely won't be the last. At least 3 times a day we wreck the place with 8 dirty plates, forks, prep bowls, cutting boards, vegetable peels, eggshells, and 3 times a day we bring it back into order. I'm also putting the salt. I usually keep that out on the stove. I'm going to put that up on the shelf. This gives me more room for rising dough, which I prefer to do in the middle of my burners here on the stove. So I'm going to keep that space a little bit cleaner and clear for springtime. I also need to fill up my pantry jars. How quickly I neglect this space. Probably 90% of my waking hours are spent here. Sometimes it feels pointless, but seeing my family gathered around the table, enjoying the beautiful meal made from the mess, I'm reminded these days won't last forever. The other day I was reading Sally Clarkson's book, The Life-Giving Home. It's a really good read if you haven't tried it, and a quote from her daughter really put this into perspective. My parents struggled, and I watched them. I saw the days when a homemade meal was an almost Herculean task. I saw the evenings when we didn't quite manage to get the house in order. I knew the effort it took my mom to bring a sparkle once more to the eyes of all those restless, hungry little people around the dinner table, particularly when sorrow was in her own heart. When someone once asked me just what it was that my parents did that made me believe in God, without even thinking, I said, I think it was French toast on Saturday mornings, and coffee, and Celtic music, and discussions and candlelight in the evenings, because in those moments I tasted and saw the goodness of God in a way I couldn't ignore. With that quote, I was reminded just how important this work is.